Welcome back everyone, my name is Eltimar and we're going to be continuing our Let's Play of Expeditions Rome. Where we left off last time, we were about to cross the Rubicon, disband our legion and head back into Italy, and Rome specifically. Now, I did glance at a map because I was a little bit curious. Our campaign was taking place in Asia Minor, which is sort of western Turkey, eastern Greece, and southern Bulgaria areas. That's where Thrace was anyways, which we were at war with. So we walked basically through all the former Yugoslavian countries, up like through Croatia and all of the other places there, into Italy and then south. That is an extremely long walk, or march I guess. I don't know why we didn't just take boats. It would have been vastly faster to take boats. Anyways, here we are. We're going to go talk to Dianera.
I have wanted to come to Rome for so long. I am almost nervous now.
It is a splendid sight. I'm sure you'll love it. There's no place like Rome in the whole world.
That is what everyone says. Now I get to see it for myself. I'll let you know if I agree. You are happy to be home?
Back in the heart of the world, the center of all Mediterranean commerce and the political capital of the Republic? Of course I am.
Good. You will show me around, I hope. Take me to fancy parties and we will eat expensive food together. I have no place to stay, of course. I can stay in your home, maybe. Just for now.
I'll be happy to let you stay at my villa for as long as you wish.
That is generous. Thank you. I will try to find a place for myself, but it is good to know there is no rush.
Are you planning to stay in Rome in the long term?
We will see. Maybe I will hate it. Then I will have to go and find someplace else to be. But I think I will want to stay. If I can find place to live.
You might try a lot of attention in Rome.
You think it will be bad? Maybe you can help me buy nice Roman stola. Then I will fit in. Right?
I'm sure we can make you fit in with a little work.
We will go shopping. It will be fun.
Rome loves gladiators, so you could make a good living in the arena.
Why would I want to keep fighting when I don't have to? Fighting is a necessity of life. It is not sport. I did not come to Rome to keep fighting.
Well, let's talk later about it. Alright, let's go talk to Calida.
Hey.
You look a bit weird.
Oh, thanks. Just what every girl hopes to hear. I don't want to return. I don't even know where to go. This is the first time I'm back home.
You're always welcome to stay with me at our villa if you need a place.
I appreciate that, but I'd better not. I don't want to depend on someone else. I've seen how badly that can turn out. But I appreciate the offer, really.
Maybe I can help you get your own home back then.
Doubtful. But I'll keep it in mind.
Aren't you glad we're back?
Not really. I like it better out there.
The sweaty tents you share with 7 others, the makeshift bathing facilities, having to shit in a hole in the dirt, what's not to love?
Alright, alright. It's just, in there I have to be someone else. Out here, I'm just Julius Calidus. I like being Julius Calidus. Never mind.
How did you like Asia?
Good weather, nice food. What's not to like? And you've got what you wanted too.
It came at the loss of many Roman lives.
Romans are born to serve the Republic, and to die for her if necessary.
Vale. Alright, Bestia?
What is it, Legate?
You seem discontent.
It is an action that bothers me. Idleness corrodes the warrior's mind.
You used to be a gladiator, right? Perhaps you can visit the arena and find someone to fight.
That is an excellent idea. No wonder you are the legatus.
So what will you do now? Is there somebody waiting for you?
There was, but not in Rome. I had a sister once, although sometimes I question my own sanity. Did she truly exist, or did I merely dream of her?
Aristocles teaches us that one may never truly know. We live chained inside a cave, staring at the shadows on a wall.
None can chain Bestia Tabat anymore. I will find out where my sister is.
How did you come to be separated?
We were both sold as children. She fetched a higher price than I, for she was better in every way than I was. I do not know what became of her.
Perhaps we can find her together after my work at the Senate is done.
I shall consider your offer.
We shall help you find your sister, Bestia. Failing that, We shall prove her existence or the lack thereof.
What did you think about the campaign?
You are a capable commander. Mercy is your weakness. Your enemies exist as long as they survive.
I did make some mistakes. I'll try and set my personal feelings aside next time.
Playing with your prey is good showmanship. But the longer your foe survives, the more chances he has to turn the tables.
Take care of yourself, Bestia. Let's go talk to Cineros.
Welcome home, Domine.
Are you happy to be back?
More than happy. Although it was nice to be back in my homeland once again, I find it quite impossible to not miss Rome. All I need now is a change of clothes and a day trip to the library.
I'll see to it you get whatever you need, old friend.
Much appreciated. It was good to be back in action, but now my old bones are in dire need of some rest.
What is the first thing you want to do?
To see your mother. I'm sure she's anxious to know we've arrived.
All in good time. Visiting her now might endanger her life.
That is a wise decision indeed. I shall temper my concern.
All in all, this campaign went well, I would say.
It appears we have everything we need against Vitellius Scaevola. But keep in mind, appearances can be deceiving.
I'll try to keep that in mind.
I know you will.
See you later. And Queso.
Legate,
Are you feeling well?
I always get this weird feeling when I'm back. Like I've left something of mine behind out there.
I don't know about you, but what I need right now is a warm bath.
Now there's a thought. That masseuse from Lutetia. I wonder if she's still around. Brilliant idea, Legate.
So this is it then. What will you do now?
You know what? For once, I'll do nothing. Nothing at all. And it will be glorious.
You deserve to rest, my friend. I wish I could take a break as well.
You worry too much. Loosen up. We're back home. We both earned the right to have some fun.
We did all right back in the East, huh?
Couldn't be better. We have conquered Asia, and you have all the evidence you need to put that traitorous Vitellius Scaevola behind bars.
Everyone's saying that, but I'm kind of worried that it's not true. And that's everyone to talk to. Let's go talk to, Gaudius Vitus.
Arwe Lucullus and his victorious legion, welcome home.
Salve, Vitus. It is good to be home again. I'm looking forward to a nice bath and a flask of good Carthaginian wine. Maybe two.
May I humbly recommend Vipsanius Marcellus' new batch? People say it's heavenly.
Ah, your recommendations never fail to impress. Do address the legatus, though. This victory was of his doing more than mine.
My apologies, Legate. I neither know nor recognize you.
The consul overstates my contribution. What I did for Rome, not for recognition.
Nonsense. It is high praise from the consul. Now, let us conclude our business. The consul seems to attribute the success of this campaign to you, Legate. Thus it is your duty to formally disband the legion and relinquish your weapons. Beyond this river lies the Pomerium, and not even a victorious imperator can cross it bearing arms.
I do understand. We will of course obey the rules.
Our laws are what separates us from animals. You have given up your command, but you have retained your virtue. You can always get your command back when Rome needs you again.
You've taught me much, Patrone. I owe you everything.
Ah, you overstate my influence. It is easy to make a sharp sword out of good steel. The River Rubicon marks the sacred line where you stop being a warrior. It is time you learn how you may conquer a more civilized battleground. We shall meet at my villa in 2 nights. There are people I want you to meet prior to the Senate hearing. We must get your villa back somehow. Do not worry about your favorite gladius. Your war gear will be kept safely in my summer villa outside the city.
My war gear. Also, I wasn't using a gladius. I was using a spear. But that's okay. It's fine. A sword works too.
I hope you are hungry, Domine. Lucullus is known for his lavish feasts. Do not eat anything until I've tasted it first. I wouldn't put it past the Vitellius brothers to poison this entire party just to get you and Lucullus.
Who's in attendance tonight?
I see that Tullius Cicero and Porcius Cato are both here tonight. They are highly esteemed senators of the Optimatus faction.
The famous advocate, Cicero?
The very same. He is an orator of unmatched skill. He was trained in Greece, you know.
What are we doing here? Shouldn't we prepare ourselves for the Senate hearing?
I am sure Dominus Lucullus has a reason and a plan. I would play along. My personal mission tonight is to taste each and every single dish. You may have to roll me home.
I wish I had some kind of weapon.
To what end? A blade would not help against poison.
Alright, I'm going in. Wish me luck.
May Fortuna smile on you, Dominic. I'll be here if you need me.
Alright, well now we are in a...
Right on time. Just like a proper legatus. Welcome, son. After this long and arduous campaign, a feast is all you need.
I'd rather get my villa back and have a feast there.
All in due time. All in due time. Now, divert your attention to our guests. This is more important than you think.
Shouldn't we be preparing for the Senate?
We should, and we are. This is our preparation. The guests in this party were not randomly chosen. Our success largely depends on your conduct tonight.
I'm gonna pause for 1 sec. I think the music's a little bit loud for some reason, even though we definitely lowered it. That didn't lower the volume at all. Huh. This music is not tied to the music volume slider. Maybe it's a sound effect? Nope. It is part of the master volume level though, so that's something. I don't know what it's tied to though. Alright, well, who are these people?
Well, you know Marcus Minucius Thermus. He's still thankful for your timely assistance and the saving of his life. You probably remember Marcus Aurelius Cotta as well. He seems to have brought his siblings, Lucius and Aurelia Cotta. The gentleman in the corner is Marcus Tullius Cicero. Making his acquaintance should prove to be very useful for you. I plan for him to become your advocate tomorrow. Last but not least, I've also invited Marcus Porcius Cato, who may or may not represent you as well. You see why it was important for you to be here.
Anything specific I should do?
I think not. Just be your charming self and try to win them over.
You got it.
And please relax. You have defeated an army of rebel pirates. This is a simple dinner party.
At least I could stab the pirates to death.
Please try to refrain from stabbing my guests.
I will go and mingle.
Be sure to join us at the table before you leave. I'd like to introduce you to Cato myself. And smile. And do not walk like you have just swallowed a measuring pole.
Alright, let's go talk to some people. Let's go talk to Cotta. He's here.
I was surprised Crassus offered to pay for the whole campaign himself.
He's desperate for a military victory to get
Of
himself elected
course.
consul.
The savior of the legions, Lucullus Wonder Kid. I knew you would be here.
Victory to advertise to
Solway,
global
I can leave
plebeians.
if this is a private conversation.
Nonsense. It's a party after all. What would be the purpose of these gatherings if we refrain from conversation? I am Aurelia Cotta. Marcus and Lucius are my brothers. It's wonderful to meet you, Legate. We were just talking about you anyway.
Of course we were.
You seem confrontational, Marcus. Did I do something to draw your ire?
Other than saving his life?
Lucius!
Oh, please, let him talk, Aurelia. Let everyone witness the failure of Marcus Aurelius Cotta. The man who got himself captured and let his nephew die. The consul who had to be saved by a homeless runt.
To speak frankly, I think none of this is your fault. Saving your life was an honor.
Rest assured, my brother is thankful for that, Legate.
You were speaking of me in good terms, I hope.
We were discussing how you saved my brother's life and became the hero of the Asia campaign.
Everyone knows the value of a great leader like Marcus Aurelius Cotta. It would have been a crime not to save him.
Yet my son Gaius was not valuable enough to be saved.
You are Gaius' mother. Though I knew him only briefly, I considered him a friend. His death pains me, but there was nothing I could do.
I apologize, Legate. They told me you had become close despite how briefly you knew each other.
I'll show Caesar's broken sword. I brought this home after your son died. It's the blade of his sword.
Oh, it's broken. This sword was my father's. It was called Kyrieru. You were friends with him, weren't you? However briefly. Why don't you keep it? I think I still have the old schematics for it. I'll have a servant bring them to your villa tomorrow.
So how about the weather these days? A bit bleak, isn't it?
Really? Are you so eager to display your shallowness?
I was merely trying to steer the conversation in a more jovial direction.
It's been rather rainy recently, true. At least the rain drives the mosquitoes away.
Not all of them, it seems.
Well, I better go. You're kind of a terrible person and are annoying.
Pompeius Magnus not coming tonight?
He's in his
Go talk to Thermus here.
Shit.
Well known for his creation of
Look, that young man there. I
temperature
think that's him.
maintaining
It's good to see you again.
dishes.
Have
I'm
some
just kidding, that's
wine.
not what he's known for. I have no idea who Thermus is.
Lucullus says he won.
You look well, Thermus. Have you recovered yet?
My leg still hurts every now and then, and all this rain isn't helping. But that is nothing compared to what could have been. You have my eternal gratitude.
It was the least I could do to save a commanding officer. There's still a lot I can learn from you.
Much appreciated. But I am eager to return to my propraetorship in Asia. With any luck, Rome will never have need of me again.
Do you have any opinions on my impending Senate hearing?
It is pretty much out of my hands. I'd follow your Patronus's lead. Lucullus is a smart man who usually has a few backup plans. I understand you have all the evidence you need to expose Vitellius Scaevola. It's a strong position. Nevertheless, I would advise caution. Vitellius Scaevola, and especially his brother Lurco, are ruthless and cunning. Expect the unexpected.
Do you know all these people?
Only those who matter. Be careful around Cotta. He's still reeling somewhat from the damage that was done to his pride.
His pride? We saved his life.
To a man like Cotta, an honorable death would have been preferable to a humiliating near miss.
I'll leave you to your wine. I think that's everyone we can talk to, aside from the main table here, which is Cicero and Cato.
Salve! I've heard a lot about you. I am Marcus Tullius Cicero.
I've heard a little about you as well.
Is that so? Few people beyond the political circles would know of me. My reputation depends largely on who's talking.
A man's actions are absolute. It doesn't matter what others say about them.
Yet, our reputations are built on how others speak of our actions, not on the actions themselves.
So what do you do, Cicero?
I'm an advocate. I defend those whom others seek to incriminate. But I'm sure a career soldier such as you would find the topic rather boring.
War is not a career to me. On the contrary, it's a role I've been cast into against my wishes.
Then perhaps we have that in common. I myself abhor violence, although I recognize its necessity in some situations.
Are all these people friends of Lucullus?
That depends what you mean by friend. Your Patronus, Lucullus, is a consul. Many people would claim to be his friend. There's a difference between knowing someone and merely knowing someone's name, though. Are we friends?
I would like to be.
Our republic is in great turmoil. We should all aim to gather around us as many friends as possible.
Vale, Cicero.
That is absolutely unnecessary. I'd spend it all on farmlands. People need their food.
Indeed they do. But what good is food if it's obtained by illegitimate means? What do you think about it, Legate?
I seem to have walked into an ambush. Clearly my scouts have failed me.
Fortunately, I know you are good at handling ambushes.
Spoils of war. Unaccounted for and untaxed. Should they be used for development to feed the people of Rome? A simple question.
It depends on the situation. If the people are starving, sure, but we should also punish the person who committed a crime.
A fairly strong answer, I'd say. No matter how much you try to legislate, the situation at hand will defy your expectations.
Meet Senators Marcus Porcius Cato and Marcus Tullius Cicero, who will be acting as your attorney tomorrow. At least I hope so.
Unfortunately, things have developed differently, my friend. I've decided to represent Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola instead.
So who will be my lawyer then?
Certainly not me. My skill is in building a solid defense, not in prosecuting. I have looked at the evidence, though. It is very solid. You should have no trouble representing yourself.
Certainly an interesting turn of events. But I've heard you talking disfavorably about the Vitellius brothers before. How do you justify defending them?
What I justify hardly matters. I seek to represent them to the best of my ability, so justice can be served.
If that's what the system requires, I guess it makes sense.
Precisely. The rules exist for a reason. One must understand the reasons to challenge them.
Rules should never invalidate the reasons for their existence. Morality is beyond law. Legate, what guidelines did you follow when you had to decide the fate of that Triarchus? Why did you let him live?
There is no evidence to prove his guilt. I will not take a man's life on mere suspicion.
Our feelings often point towards the moral path. I wonder, exactly how utilitarian are you in your thinking? I heard you had the opportunity to bribe a hired guard protecting a spy.
Stop interrogating the man, Cato. Not everyone must adhere to your high standards.
It's alright, Cicero, I did have that option.
Yet you did not take it.
Loyalty bought with denarii is worthless.
A point well taken.
Depends on the denarii, I suppose. Well, gentlemen, this discussion has become too hypothetical for my tastes. I bid you a good day.
Wale, Kyrieru. See you tomorrow.
One final question, before I retire as well.
You and your questions, Cato.
I believe if you wanted, you could enter the Pomerium fully armed. Why didn't you?
That rule is as old as Rome itself. Disobeying it would be a disrespect to our society.
Indeed. In betraying Rome, you would betray yourself. This has been an interesting conversation, gentlemen. I thank you for it. But now, with your permission, I shall leave. Welate.
Wale, Cato.
Alright. Return to Cineros when you're ready to leave the feast. I'm ready to leave. This music is extremely loud and I can't turn it down.
You look tired. Shall we leave?
Actually, 1 second. Is there anything to loot here? There's a chair. It's always good to rob your patron when you're in the house for a party. Although I don't see anything of note, honestly. Nothing's really glowing other than the chairs. Even if we hit alt back and forth to see if there's any flickering. I'm not seeing any like hidden panels. Just some chairs. So, Cineros, let's go. We're leaving.
Did you enjoy yourself?
Certainly, that was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Let us rest now. Tomorrow is a big day.
Queso leveled up. All the Praetorians gained 100 experience. I'm actually just going to kind of jump into here for 1 sec. We got a schematic, which is here, for the Crucia Mors 2. We also got one for the Triarius Equipment 1, and the Medicus Equipment 1. Cool. So we get a new unique item based on the blade from Caesar. And once we head out this door and see whatever is on the other side, we will... Oh, we just go straight to the Senate. Okay. We'll head to the Senate and we'll call it a video as soon as we get in. Injured manpower. Oh yeah. The Legion will regenerate it over time. Well, it's garrisoned. That makes sense.
As per today's augury, a specific issue stood out as being of utmost importance. I bring forth the following relatio, the result of which is to be decided per discussionem, and as usual before the sun sets.
I can't save here. Alright, we're gonna just do this. Cato will continue to lead the discussions.
It is his duty and his place. Don't worry. He may not be your best friend, but that doesn't mean he's as corrupt as Vitellius Scaevola and Vitellius Lurco.
I don't think he should have said that.
knows he only humiliated himself. I do not expect any foul play from him.
The complaint is brought forth by Lucius Licinius Lucullus concerning alleged wrongdoing and infamous conduct by Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola and his brother Vibius Vitellius Lurco. Are both parties present?
I am present.
As am I.
Weird that Vitellius Lurko would be here to do the talking. Where is Scaiola? He is the accused.
Are both parties represented?
I shall represent the defendant.
And I shall be making the case against the defendant.
Very well.
I guess.
For the benefit of all present, would the owner of the complaint restate their accusation?
We've discovered that the defendant, Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola, has been funding and protecting piracy in the Mediterranean, thereby supporting Rome's enemies.
Found out. So you do have evidence. Interesting. Do you accept the accusation, Kyrieru?
I see no reason to comment at this stage. May I humbly remind the Magistra, he who makes the claim has the burden of proof. We shall rest until sufficient proof is presented to eliminate all shadow of a doubt.
I was just trying to be helpful. The defendant is always at a disadvantage.
I'm sure you mean usually and not always.
As you wish. Present your evidence.
Vitellius Scaevola's ships were bringing supplies to the armies of Mithridates VI. We witnessed it firsthand.
And no one else witnessed this event, I assume. How convenient.
The evidence is material, Kyrieru. There is no room for interpretation. The crates do carry Scaeola's signature.
I have investigated them myself. I concur. Is there anyone who would contest my findings?
I admit, the evidence looks damning.
So, do the defendants admit their guilt? Are the Vitelli guilty of all crimes stated or implied?
Of course not. For starters, the evidence proves only treason.
Only? What else is needed to declare this man infamous?
Do not interrupt the speaker.
No harm done. My dear friend Cato is correct. The evidence is enough to declare one infamous. That one is Tiberius Vitellius Scaevola. Nowhere in any findings can you conjure the ability to implicate my client, Webius Vitellius Lurko.
Treason is a serious crime. Scaevola should receive the highest possible punishment.
That, of course, depends on the nature of the treason. But that's largely irrelevant.
That is literally the topic of our discussion, Kyrieru. How in the world can you say it's irrelevant?
There simply is no case. Vitellius Scaevola cannot be punished.
Your rhetorical games grow tiresome. You have admitted the evidence is rock solid.
This should be interesting.
Why can't Scaevola be punished?
Simply because the man is dead. Therefore, he cannot be accused. Therefore, the case is null and void.
Senators, people of Rome, of course the evidence is clear. I accept my brother's guilt. It is a stain on our family name. A stain we will quite possibly never be able to cleanse. You know I love my family. I love my brother more than anything else in this world. Almost anything. The only thing I love more than my own brother is Rome itself. And thus, with sorrow in my heart, I was forced to take his life.
Oh, I see.
Who boasts of fratricide before the whole Senate?
It is not a boast. It is my solemn duty to deliver the news. I am a man with the highest of morals. Someone who places the well-being of Rome over his own flesh and blood. Step outside, senators. You will witness my brother hanging from the old tree. Let him rot there. But do not take him down. Let it be a warning to all those who would threaten Rome, placing their petty family matters over the well-being of our great republic. Let it be known that Webius Vitellius Lurko will never tolerate treason, not even from his own blood.
A decision cannot be reached. This case is non-existent.
Well, that was an interesting twist. Wasn't expecting that, honestly. What about my family?
You'll be fine. For now. The clerk should give you an official deed for your villa.
Oh, cool.
Now that Lurko has killed his own brother, it officially belongs to you. This is not good, though. He turned impending defeat into a major victory. We will need a new plan. Go home and lay low for now. Your family needs you.
Alright. Well, now we're in the Senate. It is a very beautiful room. Does it have any loot? It's important to loot the Senate of Rome when there's senators standing around. Although I'm not really seeing anything to steal. For now though, we're going to end the video here. In the next video, we'll head to our villa, we'll take a look around, and we'll go from there. Like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time. Take care.